Today on our 2011 Ford Explorer, you're going to be taking a look at, I'm going to show you how to install the Roadmaster Brake-Lite Relay Kit for towed vehicles, part number RM-88400. Let's say we're flat towing our Ford behind our RV. We want our RV to take control of the lighting functions on our Ford. The braking system in the Ford applies the brake lights will come on. Without the Brake-Lite relay, that brake light signal is going to override any turn signal coming from the RV. Once we install this, it's going to break that signal on our factory wire and allow all of our proper functions, lighting functions, turn signals, brake lights, and running lights from our RV to transfer through to our Ford while it's being flat towed. This is what our Brake-Lite Relay Kit looks like when we get it. We're going to have a few butt connectors, self-tapping screw for our ground wire, ring terminal for our ground, 10 amp fuse. We're going to have a fuse tap, a few zip ties. We're going to have our relay, and then a piece of red wire. One thing I will say is this red wire is not going to reach from your relay to your fuse holder. So you're going to need an extra piece. You can find it here at etrailer.com using part number 16-1-1. To start, you're going to remove this panel. It's pretty simple. You have two screws that look like this. They're right down here. There's one here and there's one over here. Once you get those out, those are a 7mm socket to take those out. You're just going to start by pulling, and it'll come unclipped. You can see our clips here. Just pull it and it'll come off. Then you're going to have this metal pan here, or plate. You're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 8mm bolts. You'll remove those, and we'll just slide this out. This is our brake light switch. We're looking for the purple and white wire. This is the wire we're going to be tapping into. The hardest part about this install is getting this insulation stuff off without damaging any of your wires, so when doing that, just be careful. We'll go ahead and cut our wire, and then we're going to strip back both sides. We're going to take our black wire on our relay, go ahead and put a butt connector on it. Then we're going to take this. Black wire is going to the wire going out to our lights. So if you've installed your braking system, your indicator light, the red wire coming off your indicator light needs to be hooked into your Brake-Lite relay. So the red wire is going to go on the wire coming from the switch. Then we'll connect our green wire into the other end of that butt connector. And the red wire is going to be run to my red wire that I have running out to my fuse panel. The fuse panel is on the driver's side by the battery, and there is a rubber grommet right back here behind the gas pedal that you can push the wire through. Ground wire, we'll add our ring terminal. Take our self-tapping screw. We're going to go right there. Our vehicle's off, key is not in the ignition. What we want to do is we're going to test all of our 10 amp fuses with a test light. If they come on, we're not going to use them. So we won't be using that. That one, that one, that one. And that one's okay, and that one's okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to turn the ignition on and see which one of these three light up with the ignition on. So with our ignition on, we can actually use any one of these three fuses. I'm going to use one of these two outside ones so that I can trim this edge so that when we close the lid, it doesn't affect the wire. I'm actually going to use this one here. Go ahead and pull that one. And we're going to trim that plastic edge right there. There. And put it into the bottom one of our fuse tap. And we'll take our new fuse that comes in our kit. Put it in the top one. Make that connection. That'll go right in place. Actually, might have to cut a little bit of the lid. Now we'll put our relay on. It will only go on one way. And then we're going to zip tie it. I'm going to zip tie it right here to this factory wiring. Then all we need to do is bundle up our wires. We can zip tie them right here to this factory wiring and then put our panels back in place. That'll do it for a look at and installation on the Roadmaster Brake-Lite Relay Kit for towed vehicles, part number RM-88400 on our 2011 Ford Explorer.